Hi vinyl community, it's Mike here, and it's cold and snowy up in Leeds at the moment, so I thought this is a great time to do another YouTube video. So today's video is going to be a response to a vinyl tag, and it's the Manchester vinyl tag, and it's been done by my mate Simon, and his channel is Return to Vinyl. I'll leave a link in the description as usual. And he's asked 14 questions relating to Manchester artists and bands. And quite honestly, you know, apart from what 10cc, 808 State, Richard Ashcroft, The Fool, The Buzzcocks, Magazine, Inspiral Carpets, Happy Mondays, who else? Joy Division, New Order, Van de Graaff Generator, Barclay James Harvest, Ian Brown, Cabbage, A Certain Ratio, John Cooper Clarke, The Dirty Column, The Hollies, The Smiths, John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, Oceansides, The Great Frank Sidebottom, Theatre of Hate and The Verb. I can't really think of any bands from Manchester, so I thought instead I'd do one on Leeds. So here you go. So this is 14 questions about Manchester, tweaked to be 14 questions about Leeds. So the first one is show a live album from Leeds. And I've gone for this one. This is a Record Store Day release from a new band, English Teacher, and this could be Texas Live. So this could be Texas's name of their debut album, and it's live at the brilliant Rudenell Social Club in Leeds. So that's my live album. Right, next off, show some coloured vinyl. And I thought I'd show this because this is a band that I've shown before, and a couple of people have told me that, you know, they really like the band, that, you know, and they're called Cowtown, and this is their latest album. It's called Fear Of. They've got a sort of, you know, they're a post-punk band, and they're a bit sort of Devo-ish, I suppose. So I'll show you the album because, of course, it's on coloured vinyl. There it is. So a Leeds band that I thought had packed it in a while ago because I hadn't heard anything from them for about 3 or 4 years, and then all of a sudden, you know, they come along again with a great new album. So that's really good. So that's an album on coloured vinyl, and that's Cowtown and Fear Of. Right, an album that I bought in 2024. Well, I bought the Cowtown album in 2024, but I also bought this one. This is from a Leeds post-punk band, Delta 5, and this is Singles and Sessions, 1979 to 1981. And the period from, you know, the late 70s through to the sort of mid-80s was a real golden age for Leeds bands. Lots of brilliant post-punkers I'll be coming to in a minute. And there you go, and Delta 5 were one of them. So this is their singles collected, and various sessions, a bit of John Peel on here, I think, yeah, and a few of their singles. So that's an album that I bought in 2024. Right, show a album that's a first press. I think this is a first press, at least, you know, I bought it at the time, so I imagine it would be. And it's a great Gang of Four, and this is their second album. It's solid gold. And there you go, and that's an original. Right, show a band or an artist from just outside Leeds. Well, Bradford is just up the road from me, you know, probably about 10 miles away, if that. And there's a blues singer, Brendan Croker. This is band Brendan Croker from the 5 O'Clock Shadows, and this is Close Shave, and this is great. And I saw Brendan Croker quite a few times back in the late 70s, early 80s, and it's on a Leeds record label, which is the Un-American Activities label. So there you go. That's Brendan Croker and a bit of blues. Brendan Croker and the 5 O'Clock Shadows from just outside Leeds in Bradford. Right. Show your favourite Leeds compilation album. Well, here we go. It's this one, and it's a compilation, and it's called, I'll get it right, The Art School Dance Goes On, Leeds Post-Punk, 1977 to 84. And there's some fantastic bands on here. You've got Fad Gadget, Delta 5, already mentioned, Gang of Four, who else? Sheeny and the Dogs, who are a band that I think just disappeared without trace. Another Colour, Three Johns, another brilliant band from Leeds. And there you go. So that's that. This is an absolutely brilliant, double album. So if you can get hold of it, please do. But there's a couple of CD comps as well I've got, and this one is called Where Were You? And this is Leeds Indie 1978 to 1989. So it covers sort of roughly the same period as the album I've just shown. And then there's a couple of these Noise of the Valleys compilation. This is Leeds, Noise of the Valleys. You can get some Bradford ones as well. So this is volume 1, and it's 1978 to 1987. And CD 2 is 1980 to 1988. And they've got lots of Leeds bands that were doing the circuit back in the day, along with some bands that I think you definitely would have heard of. So that's some comps of Leeds bands. Right, a favourite lyric. Well, I just pulled this one out almost at random, really, and it's James Smith, and he's the singer and writer for Yard Act. And this is from the single called Payday. Also, it was on the first album. And he says, what constitutes a ghetto? Is it growing your own lettuces in the potholes on the road? Do the locals have to eat them all if they don't sell them? I call potholes concrete meadows of the soul. So that's from James Smith. That's a lyric. Next one up. Bands that share a history. Again, I go back to Yard Act because James Smith was in this band before Yard Act. It's post-war Grammar Girls, and the album's called Swan Songs. There's a insert with the band on one side and lyrics on the other. And as I say, James Smith was in that band, and he's also, of course, in the brilliant Yard Act. So this is Where's My Utopia, which is their latest album, and you can see there it's a signed copy. So there you go. That's two bands that share a bit of a history. Right. Next off. Oh yeah, show 3 singles. Well, I thought I'd show singles from bands I haven't mentioned so far. First off, The Abrasive Wheels. And this is the Army Song EP, and these guys were definitely not from the Leeds art school scene. They were, full on punks, and yeah, brilliant bit of punk, sort of very sort of oi-ish stuff. And there's the single itself on their own record label. They went to Riot City Records, I think, after that. And then the fantastic Mekons, and this is their single Where Were You? And yeah, it's absolutely brilliant, and it's on the Fast record label, which is same record label that Gang of Four started on. That's Bob Last's record label. So that's Where Were You? And the Mekons. And the third single is a contemporary punk band, and it's Cyanide Pills, and this is I think this is their latest single, pretty certainly is. It's called Hope You're Having Fun. There's a one's full there, and there they are, and they're great, great sort of straightforward punk band of Cyanide Pills. So there you go. So that's 3 singles. Show a solo album from a Leeds artist. I've gone for this guy, and it's Steve Phillips, and he was a blues guitarist, and really excellent. And this is his best of sort of album. And again, it's on the American Activities label, the Leeds label. So that's a solo artist from Leeds. Right. Now this one is show favourite group, but not a band. And I think the distinction between a group and a band is quite sort of philosophical, isn't it? I mean, who really knows? But I, th- I think that these guys will qualify as a group rather than a band, and it's Gritty Politti, songs to remember, formed by singer Green Gartside when he was a student up in Leeds, and there you go. So that's an album by a group, Gritty Politti. Right, number 12. Oh, show 5 Leeds bands on CD. Right. So I go with these ones. These are sort of from only a few years back, and it's the Eagles. And this is a CD that actually belongs to my son. And somebody mentioned it in the comments of one of my videos a while ago, and I can't remember who it was, but I went and picked this out of my son's CDs and gave it a listen, and it's absolutely brilliant. Then here you go, Gang of Four again. Return the Gift. This is a 2 CD sort of greatest hits compilation. And then 3 bands that are all kind of related. So first off, we've got The Wedding Present, and this is a band of David Gedge, and this CD was given to me by my friend Andy Gladwin. And he also gave me a couple of Wedding Present singles to complete a collection of 12 that they released all in the same year. So I'm really thankful for that, Andy. But Andy also gave me this album from a band. Again, this is says it's David Gedge's other band, and it's Cinerama. And I hadn't heard Cinerama before, so I was really pleased to get this. And it's a really good album. So thanks for those, Andy. And then finally, another band that are related very much to The Wedding Present, and that's the Ukrainians, who do a lot of cover versions, but they sing them in Ukrainian. So there you go. So that's my 5 CDs from Leeds bands. So just a couple to go. Show a collection from a band that you're sort of ongoing to complete. Well, I'm not really a completist anyway, so I just thought I'd show a whole load of Wedding Present albums and 12 inches. I'm certainly not looking to be complete with them, but I've still got a few more that I'd like to get. So this is their album George Best, which is their most famous album. And of course, there's a Manchester connection there with George Best in his Manchester United kit. Then there's this album, 24 songs, Peel Sessions by The Wedding Present, Mark Riley Sessions by The Wedding Present, and a 12-inch single, Nobody's Twisting Your Arm. So there you go. So that's The Wedding Present. And the final question is show a complete discography. So I thought I'd be really lazy here, and I chose a band from Leeds, again formed when they were students in Leeds, girls at our best, and they had one album, and it's this. It's called Pleasure, a bit of sort of poppy, sort of post-punk. So there you go. So that's my 14 questions. I'll leave the questions in the description there, and as I say, a link to Simon's channel. So if you want to have a go at this, if you want to do Manchester bands, if you want to do Leeds bands, or maybe you want to do bands from another city, please have a go. So as I say, that was something to amuse myself on a snowy cold day up in Leeds. So until next time, I'll see you. Bye bye.